Welcome back to the third class of Economics, chapter number 1, Development. In this class, we will study about the public facilities as well as the report of UNDP and sustainable development. Till now, we have done about the individual development as well as the national development. Public facilities. Public facilities are those facilities which are provided by the government for the betterment of its citizen. Under the public facilities, the various criteria comes like education, health, infrastructure, food security, which is done by the PDS, Public Distribution System, Human Development Report, which is presented by the UNDP, that is a United Nations Development Program. Human Development Report is having the various criteria like the income level, education level, health level, and the various other criteria which we have done till now, that like the infant mortality, literacy rate, net attendance ratio, etc. and etc. Now let us go through with the detail of these facilities which are given by the government. As till now we have seen that the money in your pocket cannot buy all the goods and services that you may need to live well. Although the income is important, but income by itself is not completely adequate indicator of material goods and services that the citizens are able to use. Now, if we are not dependent on only income, then what other facilities are to be required by the people, like the education, health, infrastructure. And these criteria the person cannot afford alone by its own. Like you cannot sit at home and take the degrees, educational degrees. And even though the health facilities, everybody cannot become a doctor and preserve or procure themselves. For that, we need a community. Even though for the infrastructure also, we need a community. So, to provide these facilities in a large scale to its citizens, that is done by the government. In many states, secondly, the food security also. In many states, the public distribution system, that is the PDS, that is done by the government. According to this system, the government purchases the surplus grains from the farmers and it distributes those grains or sell those grains to the scarcity places wherever the grains are less, the states or the areas where the grains are less, and it gives those grain to those areas so that the needy people can get it, and that too at a very low prices. So to shift the extra surplus things from one place to the required or the needy areas, that is under the public distribution system. Now next third criteria comes the Human Development Report. Human Development Report was published by the UNDP, which compares the countries based on the educational levels of the people, their health status and per capita income. Now, how the health level is measured? One way to find out if adults are undernourished is to calculate what the nutrition scientists call, that is the body mass index, BMI. BMI. What is BMI? This is an easy to calculate. Take the weight of the person in kg and then the height in meters. Divide the weight by the square of the height. If this figure is less than 18.5, then the person would be considered undernourished. And however, if this BMI is more than 25, then a person is overweight. Now, every child in the class can measure its height. Children, here you better do the correction. The height should be taken in meters. So the UNDP has taken the various criteria of income also, education also, and health also. Whereas we have seen in the last class that the World Bank has taken the criteria of only income to judge any country whether the country is developed or underdeveloped. And here we saw that the UNDP has taken the various criteria also. Now, let us move to the next topic, that is the sustainable development. Suppose for the present that a particular country is quite developed, and it means that we would certainly like this level of development to go up further, or at the least be maintained for future generation. This is obviously desirable. So how you will describe or how you will define the sustainability of the development? Sustainability of the development means the development which does not harm the environment, and the recent development does not overlook the needs and requirement of the future generation. Various features for this sustainability of the development are: it is more efficient to do the more efficient use of our existing resources. Secondly, to find the fresh reserves of the resources. And thirdly, coming up with innovative ideas and technology to use new resources in place of conventional ones. Conventional resources, the resources which are exhaustible, which finish. So with these features, the sustainability is required. Under this criteria, we will take the example of two things. One is the groundwater in India, and the other is the exhaustion of the natural resources, that is a crude oil in the world. Let us take the first example, the groundwater in India. Recent evidence suggests that the groundwater is under serious threat of overuse in many parts of the country. And about 300 districts have reported a water level decline of over 4 meters during the past 20 years. Due to this, ultimately in the another 25 years, 60% of the country would be doing the same if the present way of using these reserves continue. 60% of the country will be suffering with the water crisis. Now, what are the various reasons due to which the groundwater is going low or the water table is going low? Groundwater overuse is particularly found in the agricultural purpose, because for the irrigation purpose, the tube wells are used to pull out the groundwater. And even though for the growing urban settlements is also one of the important reasons for this depletion of groundwater. So our development is necessary, but we should not misuse the resources. As in geography also you studied, Gandhiji said there is enough to fulfill the need, but not to fulfill the greed of the person. So for your need, we have sufficient resources, but if we do not use them in the judicial manner, if we misuse them, then ultimately it will create a crisis. As the groundwater is an renewable resource, and these resources are replenished by the nature, as in the case of crop and plants. So if we use the groundwater more in comparison to the rain, then ultimately we are overusing this resource. So for that, we need to maintain the balance. We need to use the less groundwater so that it should be preserved for the future generation also, and sustainability of the development can take place. Our next example is of exhaustion of the natural resources, and we will take the example of crude oil. Crude oil that we extract from the earth is not a renewable resource, as water we saw is a renewable resource with the help of rain. But crude oil is not a renewable resource. However, we may find a source of oil that we did not know of earlier. Explorations are being undertaken all the time. And with this table 1.7, it is clear that the regions which are supplying the crude oil, which are having the resources of crude oil, and those resources, they are how much resources they have, and they will be reserved for till how many years. But what will happen after that? This table gives an estimate of reserves of crude oil, and more important, it also tells us that how many years the stock of crude oil will last if people continue to extract it at the present rate. And the resources would last only for the further 50 years the way we are using it. This is for the world as a whole. And however, the different countries face the different situations. Countries like India depend on importing oil from abroad because they do not have enough stocks of their own. And if the prices of the oil increases, this becomes a burden for everyone. And even though there are countries like the USA which have low resources and hence want to secure their oil through the military or the economic power. So the sustainability of these resources is very important for our further development. So we need to be ready with some of the substitute of these resources for our future generation. So here, children, we wind up with this chapter. Go through with the chapter again and again and try to understand the various concepts of the chapter as we have done till now.